Hamonate le kae? Hamonate bana beso, my people, dumelang. Bitso la ka ke nna Fezile le bana ke Siemens aka Mr. Diehard Hustler / Zola 7 wa Hasile. La tseba ba fethu ha luta hamonate le kae ke nako ya Bridging the Gap podcast SA. So guys, what we do more Bridging the Gap podcast SA, it's simple and straightforward, but we're gonna use all these different ways so it's sure the problem that we are solving as the podcast re lwantsha to sebedisa ditsela tsena kaofela tse fapaneng tse possible tse re tsebang hore ha re ka tsamaya ka tsona ha re ka qoqa meqoqo e itseng di-topic tse different tse leng hore di-topic actually le ditsela tse different tse leng hore they're gonna help us re iphumane re kgona ho winner to this fight unemployment. So my people, what happens ko hore rena le workshop that is designed for bana ba school grade 10, 11 and 12. So this workshop re bitsa entrepreneurship education awareness. What makes us hore re push this workshop is because ha re batle ho fumana bana ba sekolo ba qeta their matric, ba bang ba ya to the colleges and universities, ba tla le degrees and diplomas, and then they're gonna add onto this number esentse le hodimo ya unemployment. Ha re batle bana ba sekolo ba qete matric ba sa fumane sekolo or university ba sa kgone ho amohelwa, and then be re fumana hore re tlo dula le bona makeisheneng ba sena di-ideas on ke eng e leng ba tla etsa. So now workshop eo e leng hore re push what we do, we teach them hore guys hona le entrepreneurship, you guys should be aware of it, hore ke engwe ya ditsela tse leng hore you can start from your grade 10, grade 11 o qala o pusha o venture into that channel until le ngwana sekolo at a younger age, because I usually say to batho ba bangata, if I had this mind, this mentality that I have right now when I was 16 years old, or maybe latest 18 or 20, by this time ke be ke le hole ka bophelo, by this time ke be ke le somebody else e leng hore ha ke try to motivate batho wa bona ka mantswe fela, but I'm motivating them with something e leng ba bona hore man, this boy o tswa hole, or this man o tswa hole, with the hustle and stuff, you know. I've been hustling ka tsela ne ke hustla ka yona for all these past years, but then especially selemo sa 2021 and 2022 they shifted something into my mind, the way ke nahana ka teng, the way ke etsang dintho ka teng, it's quite different. So now this mentality I want to install it more baneng ba sekolo, to say guys, unemployment is real, depression is real, which is one of the things that we focus on depression, talking about it, because at the end of the day the high rate of unemployment increases the crime, increases the abuse of drugs, increases the abuse of alcohol. So ba bang ba batho, they do use these things se ka o rata ha bona, you know, e le bo maemo e le reng qetellong a ba pushetsa hore ba be le something e leng ba ka ipata ka mora yona. So some they end up hiding themselves behind alcohol, some they end up hiding themselves behind the drugs, you know, and then you have people be le reng ba tlo claima hore like alcohol makes them happy, you know. So not everyone ananjwala o bonella hore bo metsa a be happy, you know, because now I believe hore a genuine happiness comes from within. A genuine happiness comes from within. So if you're gonna post on Facebook or WhatsApp saying hore nna le phaka le letala o le brown o le jwang ke lona happiness yaka, and then what if o le soba, what then How you sober, you are back to that depressed girl or depressed boy or guy. That means sorry, you are not happy. Because one thing about depression or the demons how about the face you can go out whatever you want. If unali bed bela better on the stool, if man is already I want to get if my so if I want a stool next to your bed, if man do teaching an amount on a better you emit and then how to one hey, now I'm waiting for you. You know why? Because how to face your own self, how to face your own demons. Why I wanna let you. So guys, I'm not saying this because I wanna judge or I am judging people. Remember, Ubuale is someone who nearly attempted last day Kabuchu. Yeah, so I know how it feels. I know that dark spirit, suicide. I know that thing, guys. I keep we fail. So depression is one thing. If you want to win against it, you need to be sober. You need to decide, I'm going to fight myself, because now these demons, it's you that you are fighting. You are fighting this voice, you are fighting this whole thing still, you are fighting at once. But for you to defeat depression, if you are going through one right now, you need to be sober and you need to pray a lot. You need to be sober and you need to pray a lot. So guys, there is a lot this bracket unemployment. So there are a lot of issues still address on this podcast. So one of the things besides the education, so the entrepreneurship education awareness in the implicit to this part depression, because the situation we are into, I don't want them this, because at the end of the day, life after matric is hard. They need to know that life after matric is hard. So now the workshop or but it's one of the top 3 key workshop that we are hosting for secondary schools. It's our entrepreneurship education awareness. And then Yabupedi small business, the startup business development. So how do we help develop your startup business? How do we help develop your small business? Renally a partnership right now. I will say one of the sponsorship we're gonna get soon from CFE Golf TVET College. Those people are useful. I don't wanna lie to you, about these things. Those people are useful. So one thing about these government institutions, BOSIDA, NYDA, Labor, CFE, one thing I have realized about these people, something like that. So if you are not putting pressure on them, they're gonna forget about your problem, because they have a lot of people to help. They have a lot of people or a lot of jobs to deal with. So if you want to see them they are really working, put pressure on them. That's their job to help us, right? Yeah, they've started these institutions, WCDA and NYDA, Level CFE, to help us. Yeah, so if you are not knocking on their doors like every day or ba jwetse hore ne ke le teng re ntse appointment ho shota eng ke ka etsa eng. It's gonna be hard for you to see hore these people are useful. But if o sa ba stress o sa knock on their doors, ha ba tlo tseba go hloka o na le mathata and then o hloka ho hodisa business ya. So how we help as Bridging the Gap podcast, how do we help people or how do we help small businesses, the startup businesses to grow? How do we develop them? We link you le batho be lo reng ra tseba hore ba ka o thusa from CFE, NYDA and SEDA. So for now we can focus on those three because through those three re tlo kgona ho nka bana ba bang re ba kenye le bona ba kgone ho kenya letsoho ka hara this. Through those three ho tlo ba easy for rona hore we can penetrate to these others be lo mo re ke di partners le bona kaofela because they are all government institutions. So through those three ba kgona ho etsa dintho hore di etsahale hore bana ba bang ba kgone ho thusa le bona. So now we're gonna focus on those three for now. NYDA, SEDA le CFE ke bona batho be le hore re tlo sebetsa le bona for now, so that ba kgone ho thusa your startup business, ba kgone ho thusa your small business, because le tsona ntse di differ somewhere somehow. So ya boraro taba e le hore we talk about or focus on ke job creation ka tsela e jwang. We share the ideas, we share the ideas tse fapaneng tsa hore na re ka lwantsha jwang unemployment. We share the post, tsa mesebetsi and the legit ones. We make sure that this thing is legit before we share it. Hore batho ba kgone ho apply ba romele di CV. I'm still going to ke di company tse fapaneng, make sure hore I have a relationship le bona, so that ha bana le di post ba kgone ho ntsibisa, so that ha ke di share, when you guys know hore ha e sharewa ko Bridging the Gap it's legit, hore a brand itseng ko Velkom e send di CV ka mono, because nowadays the scam and what dingata, so there is a lot that is going to happen on this podcast, guys. So at the moment I'll be keeping you guys busy with myself, sharing some of the things, until Tawaya Studio is confirmed, until everything in the studio is confirmed, because I wrote the first paragraph my story on this podcast. If you can watch episode 1 to 18, there is something that I was trying to tell. So now I want to come up different. I got opportunity right now to come different, to bring something along, or I've always wanted to bring more holona, so you guys can be able to relieve money. Le fumana dintho tse sharp tse leng di a hlokahala, the information e sharp e leng ya hlokahala. So one other thing ke hore we as black people, especially more South Africa, we hardly support the initiative. We hardly support each other's initiative. So when something start to move, that's only when, or the ready-made things, we easily support. But the initiatives we hardly show remind, like even if Motabonore, there is potential in this thing. How about support as a community? There is a potential in this business. How about we support? We hardly do that. So, but when things start to move, things start to have something it's a full attention to other people. Go on about they wanna come. I want how about na yetsuwa ke mang, how about re supportiwa ke mang, go on about support. But then when you start, people, they don't wanna be the first to support, they don't wanna be the first to do something, they don't wanna be the first to invent or something. It's like we are followers. If you have something in mind, don't wait for anybody. Start now. Do it now. Oh, start now. You should start now. We push or whatever. Don't wait for someone to start it. Start now. If you want to support someone, don't wait for a friend to support first. Don't wait for someone else to support that person. Be the first to support. I always tell people, I'm a trendsetter. I'm not a follower. I don't just follow things. If I follow something that I understand. I don't just follow, hey, community. I don't do that. I'm not that kind of person. So I do things still. I know if people are afraid to do it, I'll do it. If I die, I die. If I'm it's fine. So guys, as black people, let's hold each other's hand, showing each other's love, and then we can defeat unemployment. We can defeat this drugs and alcohol, because it is sad. It is sad. So guys, let's keep subscribing. Click on that bell so that every time we drop a video, the whole of the notifications. Leave the comments, guys. Drop those comments. I like one of the hot man. It's in the channel his name is Khoto Mkonwane, aka Mavonla, if I'm right, if you're listening here. So Khoto sent me a voice note ka inbox on Facebook, and then he was like, yo Fez, you should do this and this and this, bruh. This quality of this, it's bad, And I was like, yo, bruh, like, yeah, this is what I want to hear. That criticism, a positive. People are born or okay, fine, and it's not like these things they are bad. I just wanted to inspire people to say, if you want to start something and you what you've got, it's a span, but I know it's a span, you should start. You should start and keep on praying. So I was happy how answered the invoice. I was like, yeah, bruh, yeah. I didn't respond, and I was like, oh man, I got money for that, So you guys should drop those comments, the advice, what you think, on this podcast, because there's a lot of things but all of them, they're gonna be aligned like unemployment. They are gonna be aligned like fighting unemployment. So guys, let's keep on subscribing, let's keep on sharing, let's make people be aware there's gonna be a lot happening here. There's gonna be a lot of life changing on this podcast. So yeah, me, I love you, Buffy too, and I love you a lot. So I've been hiding away from this thing. I guess I should say it's a calling, I don't know, but then the unemployment in a little lemo in Kawata, like. So I kept on praying and saying, that what is it that I can do? So guys, preaching the care podcast is the answer to unemployment. And I know a lot of things that can happen through this podcast, through this everything I have planned for this podcast. I know I can help the district to fight this. Even if nkakopana le Mantombela and then Kibualena about trying to help Free State, the ideas that I have, they're gonna help through this podcast. I can do that. This podcast is as big as a national something, but then the thing Nankadula Fatile President, I still want to sit down, Mr. President. Yes. Mr. President, the Minister of Small Business Development, Mestela Ndabeni Abrams. Yeah, I still want to sit down there. Yeah, and then share whatever I have in mind about this podcast. Eka motivate ambacha elong hore it will be visible mo mahlong a batjha ba bone le bona hore there is hope. Yeah, bridging the gap it's your hope. So guys, let's keep on subscribing, click that bell, don't forget to drop those comments so that every time I upload a video sharp. Guys, I said this once again. See you Bafetu on the next video, just until re back to our episode studio right. Ke le rata ka labo e red from me Fezile Lepanakisi Mens aka Mr. Die Hard Hustler /Zola 7 wa hasele la tseba. Salute.